Let's take you back to one of the main stories we're tracking today of the now partially opened Lebombo port of entry. SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo is in fact joining us live from the Lebombo Border post. Good afternoon, Tumelo. Now, earlier reports indicated that the port of entry was partially open, with the situation remaining quite volatile. What is the situation this hour?
Well, indeed, the port of entry is partially closed for trucks that are traveling to Mozambique and for the trucks that are in Mozambique traveling to South Africa. So the customs have been closed on both sides of the border. Only travelers can travel between the two countries with a small vehicle, and also those who are just traveling by foot, they can travel between the two countries. But for the trucks, has been closed since this morning. We understand this is because of the protest that started at 2 a.m. in the morning in Mozambique that actually was getting closer to kilometer 4. That's where the trucks are being processed in Mozambique. So that's why they had to close the border on the Mozambican side and also on the South African side, not to allow trucks to go in. Because you remember the last time when the protest was ongoing in Mozambique, a lot of trucks, especially South African trucks that were traveling to Mozambique, were looted. And then now the authorities don't want to take any chances to ensure that the trucks move to Mozambique so that they can again be looted in that country. We understand that the protest was at kilometer 4. A lot of travelers that we spoke to in the afternoon were saying that there was a protest in Mozambique around kilometer 4. They had to use other routes to get to the border, but the road was open for small vehicles. They could travel on the road, and a lot of the protesters that were protesting in that country, they were not keeping motorists from traveling between the two countries, but the trucks have not been allowed to travel. A lot of frustration on the side of the truck drivers because they have been stuck here for hours.
One can imagine. So insofar as ablution facilities are concerned, them being hungry, and remember the last time when they were stuck there for hours, even safety became a concern. What have some of those truck drivers had to say?
Well, indeed, that's actually some of their concerns, because they're saying that, they were not provided with ablution facilities, but also some of them, they're still far from the Komati port area where they can buy food, where they can buy water, and also where they can actually access toilets. But now they're saying that they can't access toilets, they can't access water, and also the problem is they're saying that if they sleep here tonight, it's going to be a problem for them, because criminals do target them at night, saying that they steal diesel from their trucks, they also steal batteries from these trucks. So they're saying that they're concerned about that, because some of them will have to sleep here tonight, because not all of the trucks that are queuing about 3 kilometers today, they will be processed if the border gets open right now.
The situation is honestly quite serious there. But has Border Management Authority been able to update the media on a way forward, or will they remain partially closed insofar as the operations are concerned until perhaps Friday, when we understand that's when the protests will almost die down?
Well, for the border management authorities, they're saying that they will monitor the situation in Mozambique and speaking to their counterparts in Mozambique to see if it's safe for truck drivers to actually travel to get to Mozambique, because the trucks need to be safe, especially if they're going to be passing through protesting people, because you remember that they have called, the opposition have called for this protest to actually start today until Friday, and they've also been saying that they want to target ports of entries and also big cities. So we understand that the protest is indeed in Maputo, but in other areas there is protest there, but they have been targeting cities and port of entries. So we don't know at this stage if they will be getting closer to the border, these protesters, but this is what the border management authorities have been saying, that they will be keeping communication with their counterparts on the Mozambican side to ensure that they can actually see how safe it is to allow travelers, especially truck drivers and trucks, to actually pass through.
All right, Tumelo, thank you very much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo.